All right, I'm just about to start, and my last video got cut off. Sorry, so I'm just going to put it as a little auction house find video. I'm going to have 12,000 left. I found these Dodge for feather falling items, and since now we lost feather fall, I'm going to go ahead and grab this item, even though it's kind of above the price range we had set of 5,000. We had the money, and this fits kind of nicely. We do have some good boots for undead, although the churning aspect didn't work so well. I might still experiment it with some when I'm facing undead, but all right. So I'm gonna have to play around with my hotbars here because I have too many boots items. So I'm gonna stick hats up here, put my horse down here, and then I'm just gonna put the boots down here. Um, we've never used these, so we could potentially keep them in the bank, but as the levels go on, the quests get longer. Oops, I need to move this, and I think what I'm gonna do is put these here, move this silver flame back to the back, because it's basically hollowed sacred swim, so it has almost no utility if I'm not swimming or fighting undead. And then I'll put these as my main boots. Dodge 4% feather falling. It'd be great to have a little better dodge if it was a little higher level, but that's still a pretty nice find. And I'm just going to, let's see, put this cloak back in the bank because I don't need this feather falling cloak. So net net, I've still saved several spots, and I think I'm in a lot better shape than I was in terms of just strength if I face some enemies. And now I have all these swords. I have three swords. I've only ever used two. So I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and say, well, this one's really pretty weak. I'd like to replace it, and I'm not going to look at auction house items now because I'm down to 3,000, but I'm going to go ahead and just get this to take it out of my inventory. I do have quarterstaffs as a backup. I'm a little worried about oozes, which will, when we run the house D chain on normal, I'll know if I need to get something before I step it up there. Um, we'll take a look at one thing. So I just traded to my banking account that I created. And so I'm just going to look in the bank. I doubt there's anything there. Probably for sure if it is, it's expensive, but I'm just going to take a look at um, change the level range to 1 to 30 and just take a look at the blue. Oh, that's not what I was wanting. So I was hoping to find some blue shine items and weapons, but I have a feeling they're just started dropping recently and they're probably very hot. If we happen to get one of those, we'll be able to we'll be able to. Wow, there's only four great swords in the entire auction house. But if we find a blue shine weapon, even if it's not our preferred type, that'll act as a good weapon against oozes. And if I look at the muck bane, there was one that was had a minimum of like 1,200 or 1,300. I bid on that. I couldn't bid on both of them because I have an auction limit of. There's two of them that were both like that. They both expired in at the exact same time, so I couldn't bid on both of them. I didn't end up winning that bid. I think I was sleeping while the bid finished. I don't know what it actually ended up going for, but I didn't get it. All right, so we're going to start with the waterworks, and I've got my featherfall going. I've got my level 7 cleric going, and I'm going to. This is just going to be the first video for the first quest, and I'm going to, as I've been doing for the Reapers, do one video at a time. uh, Primarily because I think people don't want to, if people are looking for, you know, how to do something in a certain quest, they don't want to have to search through, an hour-long video to find it. So that's why I'm breaking up the Reapers into individual videos, and then the normals and hards I'm combining because I just want to have a reference, a whole catalog of everything I did for this yeah, build this life in case there's anything people want. Um, but again, I'm not really looking for YouTube sort of viewership or anything like that. These are the only videos I'm putting out, and I don't expect it would be, I'm gonna, whoop, wolves. I thought those were oozes there for a minute. And going with one less item is a little risky. But the nice thing about this is that if I run the House Deneth chain and break all my weapons, I could just on normal or hard, I could just recall out, and uh, repair them and go back in at a little bit of an XP hit, which matters not at all because I mean, here I am at rank 38, and we've just started. And so again, I'm going to be maxed at XP before I ever finish everything we're doing this life. All right, this is my inner ward from last time. Um, let's see. Okay, so here's a weapon, a metal type, flame touched iron. So this is interesting. So with this, you can craft. Of course, what this does is it gives your weapon good, even if you don't have a good thing on there. So for example, in the Deleras we just ran, this would bypass the damage. Now we don't really use a light hammer, so we're not going to bother with this. If it was blue shine, we would take it, but I've not seen blue shine at all. Resist energy sonic. It's a clicky. It's 3 minutes. It's kind of interesting because it's the one thing we don't have. Uh, those clickies are only available in some of these older quests. You can't get them in the newer quests. But I don't know if it's worth an inventory slot, honestly, because we can get a resist wand. In fact, we did have a resist wand for quite some time. And we might be able to find now that we're level 7, we might be able to find a resist 20 wand. All right, I'm not really seeing anything good here. It's all kind of bound to account. Um, if one of these armors came with a blue slot that was a moderate fortification, I'd be tempted to take it. Interesting axe block again. I'd be tempted to take it just because if we do happen to get a jeweler's toolkit in one of our daily dice rolls, which I know is possible on the silver, then we could use that to get that out of there. But these don't have anything in them, so I'm just going to take this flame touched iron. I can't. Um, it's bound, so I can't sell it, auction or anything. But I'm just going to grab this. All right, so this is the Kobold's Den Clan Gnashtooth on Reaper 1. Now my rings are all sort of messed up here, so let's see what I have. Fire absorb, so I'm gonna put this here, take this one. Actually, I think always want the fire on. So I'll put that in this slot, put this here, and then put this here, and then I think we have a poison ring, unless I got rid of that. Oh, those are bracers. So then controlling and get my hotbar, and finally get started. Oh, look at my shield, and this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to remember to put on my 5% XP trinket at the end of this so I can get some Reaper XP. I'm not going to worry about it for other quests. Oh, let me get my Sacred Defense so I have a little bit better PR and MRR. And it looks like that's all I'm missing. And we did last time hit some oozes here, so should maybe just let my hireling take care of these oozes. All right, back up, aggro as little as possible. I have a Carnage Reaper. Get my haste boost in. Try to kill stuff as I can before. Ooh, these dogs, if you have a bad combo, if they let's get this Reaper, everything we got. All right, so he hit me pretty hard. He didn't quite he didn't one shot me, so I guess my fortification's enough. We'll see. I'm sure eventually I'll get one shot. If not by a Carnage Reaper at this level, I know um, at some time soon, within a couple levels, Famine Reapers are going to get Psychonic Blast, which is a force spell that has no damage. And I know in like level 6 or 7 quests, wherever it starts, it could be around 300 damage. Now I don't think my MRR may not help with that. A lot of times MRR only helps with spells that can be evaded. So, but it's possible it might help a little bit. Yeah, if you get a big mob, that's one way you could actually deal with it is kind of fight behind this door, and then the door will close. It'll limit the number of mobs you get. If you see a Reaper, you can just let that door close, and then the Reaper will oftentimes teleport behind the door, but then the other stuff will stay closed until you deal with the Reaper. All right, let's see if we can get lucky again. Uh, I think, let's see, I think so. Let's see, I can't tell. Whoops, famine. Let me get that. Let me get that guy right away. The famine reapers are really deadly for their spell casting. So uh, the worst of the spells. Whoops, let me see what I'm missing here. The worst of the spells at this level is magic missile. Psychonic blast is really bad, but I don't think they quite have it yet at this level. I think that might be a chest behind there. Yeah, it looks like it. So once again, we get lucky and get the chest here and don't have to go bother with the Kobold room, which has more enemies and therefore more of a chance of Reapers. That's the main reason I always check this other one first. I think there's a few spots in the other room, so if you're it may be more likely to be in the other room, but that room's not too bad. The web can be an issue if they web you, that could very well. If you get two Reapers in there and you're web, that could be bad news. But we have a pretty good. Okay, there's a Carnage, and my Heartling's going to Zerg. Otherwise, I'm going to take my haste potion. Otherwise, we wouldn't probably activate it. Put everything I got at this Reaper. He's changed aggro on me. That's kind of nice. It's really good when they change aggro because there's a brief period of time where they stop attacking. So that's always good news if you could pull the aggro. I don't go as far as taking Intimidate to do that, but just I usually want to kill the thing. So, but yeah, it's good news to do that. That shield is actually my shield spell wearing off, not or shield cookie wearing off, not the actual shield protection. I don't think he threw magic missile at me there. So good reminder if you see that to renew it, because Famine Reapers use it a lot. All right, Plague Reaper, bad news, because I can't be healed through this. All right. I see a champion, so I'm going to grab. Oh, he's not a champion. Oh yeah, he is. So I'm going to go for the champion first. They're the most deadly. Um, I'm pretty convinced these guys here will not do damage to me. With fire absorb, fire resist, I don't think the flamethrowers are that big of a threat, and the kobolds with they're just a run-of-the-mill kobolds with my damage reduction shouldn't be any kind of a threat. All right, so now we have to find the entrance, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna grab this. I'll just give myself a heal here. Actually, I better have him give me a heal. A little more effective, and then renew this and grab this lost soul. The hirelings can't grab the lost soul, otherwise I'd let him grab it. All right, that is the first quest. I'm going to start the second. It is a separate video.